Mr. Ben Whitaker, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah.
So, I mean, the last time we met was in Bucharest.
Yep.
A year ago. Has your suitcase turned up this time?
It's turned up this time. It is. Yeah. It landed at the right time and all good. In fact, but it is the first time I've had to leave an airport. I've had to put my bag through a scanner. Usually it's when you're going into an airport. But yeah, no, that's cool.
Amazing. How have you found the event this morning?
It's been great, yeah. It's been really good conversations around asking good questions around the policies and really making sure that we're thinking about the strategy and the culture behind it, not just the policy as itself.
So from your side, obviously you're really now just travelling across borders. Are you seeing any common difficulties that schools are facing?
Yeah, I suppose it's the plethora of solutions that don't always have a problem. So a solution that hasn't necessarily been grounded in this is what we need and this is the challenge that we've got. So that's happening all the time, and also that ability for staff and student training and the need for that. That's just like, you can have a great tool, a great set of tools that integrates with X, Y and Z, but unless you're training your staff and your students how to use it effectively, you're throwing money away. So that's what I'm seeing everywhere.
All right. So in terms of then talking about CPD, what would that look like in your opinion to make the strategies effective?
First of all, it has to be 100%. It needs to be personalised. So it's not a one size fits all. So twilights are great, insets are great, and I do them as long as there's got to be a tangible, in a few weeks' time, this is what we're doing, or some coaching that goes alongside it. And I think the best PD that I've seen has been where it's been faced around a challenge I've got, and then helping me upskill myself, and then that's the kind of PD that we're trying to make happen.
So talking about tools there, like how would you say, or how would you recommend to schools to effectively integrate digital tools into teaching and learning processes?
So I think the first thing is about managed risk taking. So creating a culture that allows for managed risk taking is got to be the first element to that. So allowing that freedom and flexibility, but then also being aware that you can't just throw tools out and say you can use anything. It's got to be a managed risk taking, and I suppose the other bit about encouraging that has got to come from giving opportunity for playing, because actually most of what we learn is done through play and repetition and keeping practice in it. So allowing staff to play with tools is probably the first two steps I would take. So culture of managed risk taking, and then allowing to play, and then actually encouraging that play.
Amazing. And this is your first time out to the UAE?
Yep.
Here for the week for guests. What are you looking forward to doing this week?
So from a personal perspective, obviously it's another country ticked off, which is always nice. But apparently this isn't that hot. So it's 30 degrees outside, but back home it's 6 degrees exactly. My wife's just texted me. So enjoying that, but it's going to be great to connect with people who I've heard about online and listening to. Most of all, I'm going to be looking forward to listening to some inspiring speakers and listening to some panels, and obviously I get to be involved in doing some of that as well. But more importantly, I suppose it's about making connections to support work across different countries and, like you said, across borders, because I think it's about working together in that. And just because we're separated by geography doesn't necessarily mean that we shouldn't work together and find solutions together.